what's up, friends? Thiago here. Welcome to another episode of the Casca Grossa podcast. Today, my guest is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's also world champion, Pan-Pacific champion. He came up in second place on the Worlds in 2014. He's also a San Diego Open champion, Boston Open champion, Los Angeles Open champion. He's got many other national titles in US and Brazil. Please welcome Casca Grossa, Gabriel Gaudio. How are you, Gabriel? Welcome to the show, man.
Hi, how are you, bro? I'm very good, very good. I'm happy to be here talking to you right now and being part of the show right now.
Excellent, man. It's great to have you here. I really appreciate your time. You know, you're in different parts of the world. I'm in Australia and you're in the US. So it's always hard to organize time with the time difference. So, Gabriel, let's start at the beginning, man. When did you start training BJJ? Was it a friend that introduced you to it or something else?
So my history about the BJJ history, it's been in my life for, I guess, since I was born, because I guess it always started with my dad had an acai shop back in Brazil, which it was a very famous shop, and he used to sponsor all these Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys back on the time, like Saulo Ribeiro and Morango from Gracie Maita and Chico Melo. A lot of those guys that high-level Jiu-Jitsu back on the time,
they
were like they were coming up, as a black belts on the time, and my dad always support them with the acai shop, giving them a sponsorship. I guess the Jiu-Jitsu always was around me, around my childhood, So when I was at the age of 4 years old, I got started judo first. I got started judo because like any other kid in Brazil, I guess you started judo at school.
Yeah.
Like right here in the US, you got the wrestling at schools. Like in Brazil, it's like the judo right after class. You got pretty much in all these schools around there. You got judo classes around. So you can just sign up and go for it, So that's
awesome.
where in Brazil, you got a lot of those influences. So like, I was living at my grandma's house, and this guy that my dad used to sponsor, André Silva, he was teaching right next to the house that I live with my grandma. So it was just like the next house, like outside of the village that we used to live. So
that's great, man.
And I had a friend, and she took me there, like, to get it started, with 4 years old. And then I started judo classes. I got started, and was just like, like any other kid, like just having fun and practicing. I had to move it from Rio de Janeiro to some other state, and then I stopped for a little bit when I was a kid, and then I got back at it with 9 or 8 years old. I got back at judo, and then that's when I started training jiu-jitsu with Master Julio, at school that I was studying at back on the time. I was at school, and they had the jiu-jitsu program after school, which was already inside of the school. So my mom was like, I was a hyper kid, so my mom was like, leave this kid the whole day at school and I only want to get back with him at the house when he's like tired.
Very active kid.
I was hyper kid. Man, and that was funny too, because back on the time, like I said, I was training the judo, and then I jumped in on the jiu-jitsu because my mom, like, my class used to finish, that the judo class used to finish like at, let's suppose, like, I don't remember, like 6:00, and then my mom used to only come up like 7:30 to pick me up. And the jiu-jitsu class with Master Judo was right after the judo class, so I was just waiting and watching the whole time the jiu-jitsu class. And most of the times he used to look at me, and he was like, "Hey, jump in, just training,
yeah,
just training." And I was like, "Oh man, Mom, I want to sign up for this, just sign me up, like, make it, because you only pick me up late." So I
that's
started
awesome,
training
man.
jiu-jitsu right there, that when I got started in 2008. And
So Gabriel, what belt are you in judo as well?
I'm a brown belt too, and I really love judo. Like, I do jiu-jitsu, but like my main thing is jiu-jitsu, of course. I never like really had a chance to compete in a high level at judo because I was more focused like on jiu-jitsu. But I really like love judo, and that's my base. I think like in my division, one of the different guys that fight in some other kind of style, because like a lot of people like I have fought like Evans, and they were comment on it. The guy were saying like this guy he's fighting here. He has a body of a Hooster weight, but he's fighting like a heavyweight. Because that's my style. Like take down and pass the guard and go for the finish. I mean,
Yeah,
comes a lot along with the GFTeam style. The GFTeam
absolutely, man.
style is all it's like this. I guess all of our old school guys, they are, if they are not black belt in judo, they are like really good standing. They really practice takedowns. You know, because the GFTeam in 2008, when I barely started jiu-jitsu with it, the GFTeam was coming up from the Gamma University, right? And
That was back in 2008, wasn't it?
2008, 2009,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
the Gamma University broke down, and then judo, and they have to found GFTeam. They have to come up with GFTeam. I had a really like I always had like this contact since a kid with Julio, like very very close. And when you were like super close since a kid, like he used to take me everywhere. Like he treats me like a son since I met him. I always were going around like at the Gamma University. I was always in there. Like I never had a train for kids like in jiu-jitsu. I never
Yeah.
had this train, so I was always among the adults, the athletes, the black belts. So like
Training with the
so,
big guys
so
always.
yeah, like not training, but I was right there. You know what I'm saying? Like so that I
Yeah,
think that motivates me. So when I got like older, to push myself to get on that point as well, like seeing them
absolutely, man.
as a mirror. Like all these old school guys, they all know me. I'll know them like since the beginning of the GFT. Like it's super funny. Everyone, and then they put me like I have a nickname on the team, and they call me like Chiquilito. Everyone knows I, and people be like Chiquilito. Yes, I'll be like, yeah, don't worry, man. It's like it's the same. You know what I'm saying? Like if you call me Gabriel, I'll be like, okay. If you call me Chiquilito, it's alright too. You know?
That's awesome, man. It's really good, to grow up around these guys, the jiu-jitsu community, and
Yeah.
you always learn a lot from these guys,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
especially in training. So, Gabriel, could you tell us who was the most influential figure at the beginning of BJJ journey and why? I guess you already answered that question, but can you
Yeah.
tell us? Was it one of your teachers, or was it one of your training partners, or?
So at the like I say, I was I was training jiu-jitsu since a kid, but like I would say starting a career like journey that was about when I was like 14 to 15, I guess. Like I say, I was training around the big top containers guys like the black belts,
Yeah.
I was around them, and at the headquarters in Brazil, back on the time it was the it was the Rodolfo Vieira era,
Mm-hmm.
that everyone watched it and was like crazy, man. And this guy was like, it was insane. Like I was like a kid, and this guy was training on the mats, like smashing everyone out on the training,
It's really
like
an inspiration.
So, and I was to what I never had a chance because he was to watch him to fight before, because he was always I was fighting like abroad, like European and in the USA and all
Yeah.
that. So but I used to watch all the highlight videos, and I was to be like, damn, this guy.
I want to be that guy. I want to be that Casca Grossa.
I wanna be like him, man. Like I wanna be like taking down and passing and finish. And that inspires a lot. Like Rodolfo was a big like start for me, for myself. Rodolfo was like boom, that
He was the
mirror.
guy.
Like man, I gotta do like him, like training I gotta take people down like him. I gotta pass the guard like him. So like, a lot of the moves like I was training, I was drilling at the gym when I got started doing the competitions for real. It
Yeah.
was just like Toriano passings all the time, and I was like, man, I gotta do Toriano passing like Rodolfo, you know. And besides that, I had like him by my side, closer. Anything that I would like ask, he was just like right there,
You
like
just had easy access to
mirror
any.
15.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, Rodolfo, how do I? So I passed this side and I did the Toriano to the left, right, and then the guy defended. How do I do this? I was like, no, and now we go to the right side. If he fights for you with you, if he frames or something like that, you just jump to the other. Like a lot of knowledge around, and plus all the other athletes that we had around. And I guess I learned. I don't. My game is something that I took a little bit of everyone around there at the GFTeam. Starting as a kid made me realize that I had to do everything. I gotta play a close guard good. I gotta take down good. I gotta pass the guard good. I gotta do everything good. I'm not gonna be just pulling guard and that's it. It pushed me a lot because I could learn from everyone. I could learn from Jaime Canuto, which was like a brother for me, and it is a brother. Like could learn the best of the best half guard with Jake McKenzie. He was just right there. I could learn like the passing words like from Rodolfo. It was just like so much knowledge around me with 15 years old. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome, man. And you had like easy access. You had all these great champions around you, and you could learn bits and
Yes.
pieces from different guys. Adjust my guard, or how do I actually pass in a different way, or pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's you're really fortunate to have all the support and all the great champions around you.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, man. Gabriel, can you tell us a little bit about your training routine? Where do you train at the moment, and how are you getting ready for your next BJJ competition?
My life when I came to the USA changed a bit, because back in Brazil I was just training and I could train the whole day if I want to. It was just like training whoever want to.
Right.
And right here is more of like I teach the kids and I do also help with the adults with in the class with Master Julia, the GFTeam Orange. I got to train on top of that, so it got a little bit like kind of harder.
Yeah.
Like get this together, the teaching and plus like training hard, which is like you really got to push yourself so much to keep everything up, because one thing is the gym, you have like to teach and you got to be there, like you cannot be there too tired. You cannot be showing students you are tired. You got to be always happy,
Always fresh.
what I'm saying. You got to train hard, so it's like every time I want to sleep. So I can be ready for whatever comes next, whatever it is, training or teaching. I want to be ready. So whatever time I have, if it's 30 minutes, I have 40 minutes, I just close my eyes and I try to rest for a second to be, We got the training here, which is a pro training, the alpha training, at 11 o'clock. And we do this training, which is pretty much sparring. We do a little bit of warm-ups. It's the training is running by my master Julio, and Jaime Canuto as well. We do that at 11 o'clock. We do warm-up with some specific trains and some drills real quick for an hour, and then we just jump in straight to rolls, sparring time, and we do like how many rounds like the Judo say us to do it, So right here we don't have big amount of people like we had in Brazil, like training with the different people to sparring with, So we bring a lot of people from GFT in Brazil when we have big tournaments here to make it like a camp or something, like on the Pan Ams and on the Worlds. We usually have a lot of people from Brazil here, so we can train with them and we can train them more. Like, and when it's around like this season right now, we try to do some kind of other trainings, some other ways to train. So
absolutely, man.
always keep it up.
So you guys always bring people from different gyms at GFTeam in Brazil?
Yeah, yes. Whoever people, Master Julius, decide to be being here with us like for a couple months, and they train with us. But it's like that, like as Master Julius here, like everyone wants to come here, so everyone wants to be trained by that man, and everyone
Absolutely,
wants,
man.
like we got always like athletes coming in and out here all the time,
Yeah,
seeking for a good training, so, and then we also got like people from here, our students too, like that. They like students that are looking for a competition training. They do train with us too, which helps a lot too.
that's great,
And
man.
we got people that come from other gyms too, like, and train with us. Sometimes, not a big gym, people that just train hard, and those people they help as well too.
Yeah, absolutely. I see your training, in your Instagram and your Facebook, and it's really good.
Yeah.
So at the GFTeam Orange, it's all under the supervision of Master Julius Cesar, yes?
Yes, correct. That's all
Yeah.
about. Yeah, he's the responsible here with us.
I had an honor to meet Master Julius Cesar, the great founder of the GFTeam, in a seminar here in Western Australia, in Perth, Western Australia, back in 2017, along with yourself. And
Yeah,
yeah, we
we were
learned a lot
together.
from you guys, and
Yeah,
it
like I
was
say,
really,
we've been together for a long time.
yeah, it
And,
was a great fun to have you guys around. We learned so much with you
yeah,
and Julio, and it was a great seminar, man.
yeah. We still gonna do a lot. This you're gonna see me and Master Shooter doing all of those stuffs, like going around the world. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Looking forward to the next seminar. Next time you come here to Australia, let us
Yeah.
know. So, Gabriel, tell us, what was the most important lesson that you learned about yourself through training and competing? What do you learn? Like for all these years that you've been training and competing, what was the most important lesson that you learned about yourself?
Well, first one is you got to do what you got to do to get what you want. Only yourself can tell you what you want, no one else. If you want something, you just got to go for it, and you can be stop it on the way. It's like no one can tell you what you're going to do. It's all about yourself. With 2015, I hurt my arm really bad and I couldn't fight. In the year before 14, I did the final at the Worlds with Kenneth, and I lost for him by advantage, really close.
Right.
And 2015, I was on fire. Like I got so close. I'm gonna win 2015. I'm gonna win. And I ended up hurting my arm. I kind of broke my arm like twist. I couldn't fight the words. I had the ticket by, and I was back there. I was living in Brazil, so I was like, man, I'm just gonna go and watch whatever,
Mm,
And it was a really good learning to watch this year. It makes me realize that sometimes you have to breathe and get stuff together to explode it and win in the right exactly moment of your life. And the next year, at 2016, I went there and I trained so hard. Like I never trained like that in my life. Not even nowadays. I think I trained like that. I was giving myself everything, and it was the best thing in my life. Was worth like you know I trained so much, and then I got there. Like I did 5 fights. I was able to finish them. 4 of the 5 fights that I had were
that's
finished,
great, man.
and like I was just like I won, and I was like, man, how do I how do I finish them all like this? Like I look for that, that's my style. But
Look for the submission always.
I was
Yeah.
like, man, I finished all the fights of the words pretty much, you know. So that's a thing like that I wanted like so much, and I told myself I was going to do it. I was saying myself. Told myself like, hey, I'm gonna finish them all. I'm gonna, and I even remember like I was training for this. When I say I'm straight, I was training for this. I was really training for this. I was really training for finish people, because I my when I'm training, when I'm drilling positions, when I'm drilling, I like to do them like for example, if I'm doing a guard passing, I'm gonna finish the guard passing, and I'm gonna do a finish by the end. I'm gonna choke him. I'm gonna take the back or arm bars, like or whatever kimura, and that gets on your mind. It becomes automatic. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened right there afterwards.
Yeah.
It was just automatic. Every position that I could got a finish, I was there. I finished. You know.
I guess, you watch all these jiu-jitsu comps, everyone's got different styles. People like
Yeah,
to, go for submissions more. People, they just like to pass guys. Some people, they like to stall, man, just get little points here and there, which, it's really their style. But, yeah, I like you go, you have your solid game and you go always for the submission. So,
yeah, yes. Or like I guess this is the point of the jiu-jitsu, and that's a jiu-jitsu that I learned. I rather get finished fighting, giving my everything, than get lose a fight in a 50-50 match. You know what I'm saying? Which is I guess which is not the progress of the jiu-jitsu. A lot of athletes, they go in there and they want to win by advantage or something like that. Like I do understand that you got to build up on a strategy to come up with something, but that's not a goal of jiu-jitsu. Like, you build up a strategy to finish someone. That's the goal of jiu-jitsu, I guess.
Yeah, man, I love your mindset. So, Gabriel, what's your favorite submission and why?
My favorite submission.
I know you've got a lot of tricks under your sleeve.
Yeah. So my favorite submission, I guess, in the armbar, like from close guards. I really like them. It's funny because I play on top, you know what I'm saying? But I really like to finish on the close guard. I guess is my favorite one, like on armbar from the close guards.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Gabriel, let me ask you, where do you see yourself in 3 years' time?
3 years' time, it's a black belt, of course.
That's the ultimate goal, huh?
Judo and jiu-jitsu, of course. I just waiting on get myself in the level of the black belt jiu-jitsu so I can get the black belt at judo as well. And I want to still keep on training, competing. That's what I like to do. Besides that, I got everything around. So, which means gym. I can't really say, and I'm too young, but so right now I'm in California. I live in California already it's gonna be 3 years. I'm living in California already. I don't know, life changed, man, and it's crazy.
Yeah, 3 years' time is a long time, huh?
It's a long time, a lot can happen. So I don't really look futuring like this. I look for good stuff, But I don't really plan a lot with the future, you know what I'm saying?
How old are you, Gabriel?
I'm 22 years old right now.
22 years old, man. Such a young guy.
Yeah,
you got a great future ahead for you. Thanks, Gabriel, for your time for this interview, man. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention to our listeners, and maybe some tips for someone who is starting BJJ now?
Thank you for inviting me to the Casca Grossa podcast, It was a pleasure to be here and share a little bit of my life with you guys.
Well, thank you, man.
Hopefully you guys like it. For people that are getting started in jiu-jitsu, I think the most thing in jiu-jitsu is keep yourself healthy and having fun the whole time, you know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. I think you can carry this for the rest of your career in BJJ. Even if you're a white belt or a black belt, if you can always have fun once you step in the mat, if you always have pleasure when you get in there, you're always going to be feeling good and you're always going to have better and better results, you know what I'm saying? That's it, man. You guys can, anyone can always come here in the GFTeam Orange in California, in the city of Orange. You guys can contact me anytime, and it's just come here. Our doors always open. I love to receive people here. I love to have new people around, and that's it, man.
That's great. So, I truly believe you're going to have a great future on the sport, and definitely you got great things coming your way, Gabriel. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. I had such a great time talking to you, Gabriel. Really appreciate your time to record this podcast, and you're more than welcome. So you're more than welcome to come back on the show, man.
All right. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, man. Guys, you can follow Gabriel Gaudio on Instagram at Gabriel Gaudio BJJ to keep up with him and see what he's up to. And I left his details down in the description of this podcast, so go check it out. And you can also follow him on Facebook. So he's got a lot of photos there, a lot of videos. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for listening to the Casca Grossa podcast, and I will see you in the next episode.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Gabriel.
Bye.